Hello, I want to talk to you about something that is so near and dear to my heart, and it's the subject of being true to your authentic self. Are you feeling the peer pressure, or is peer pressure overtaking you? Do you feel bombarded by people or maybe these unspoken expectations of things you should or should not be doing, you should be happy just the way you are, or you should not dress so flamboyantly and call attention to yourself, or you should not be this way or that way. Are you bombarded by these thoughts and you're trying to meet everybody's expectations instead of just being your authentic self? I mean, I struggled with that for years, so I'm coming from a place, I've been there, done that, and this side is so much freer than the other side. So, societal expectations can be so heavy, and really their MO is sort of to take you from your true north and make you tiptoe through life instead of really being your authentic self. You don't have to simply go along with everybody just to get along. It's very, very, very natural to want to be loved and to be accepted. That's why it's important that we nurture our babies and things like that. And we're creatures of community. We're not meant to be on an island. So it's very normal for us to want to fit in and sort of become a chameleon and become what everybody wants or expects us. But you do not have to squish your true self just to fit in. Just to fit in. Here are some telltale signs, just a few, that you might be trying to fit in and not being your authentic self. If you can't make decisions very easily, it's not always because you're not being true to yourself, but quite often if we are concerned about what other people are thinking, it's hard for us to make a decision because we're worried if our decision is wrong. Will they like us or whatever? Here's another sign. If you are constantly worrying what other people are going to think about what you just said or did or didn't say or didn't do, if that's always on your mind, that's a sign that you are not being true to your authentic self. Here's another sign. If you begin to feel that these passions and these dreams inside of you, oh, they're just silly because that's what you think everybody else would say, that's a sign that you're not being authentically you. If you feel that you are being selfish for wanting to speak your mind or have things go your way or putting up boundaries, if you feel you're selfish for doing that, that's a sign that you're not being authentically you. And frankly, if you're uptight and anxious a lot, that could be a sign that you're just not being your authentic self. Now let me tell you, it can be super, super awkward, and it can be awkward when you want to sort of walk on your own and do your own thing. And doing and saying and believing unconventional things can seem very foreign at first because you've been so accustomed to fitting in. Life is way too short to tiptoe through it. If somebody would have told me that and I would have really embraced it when I was so much younger, my life would have been better for it. So I'm here to tell you, I'll be that voice of reason. Life is too short for you to tiptoe through it, not being who you are. Get your boots muddy and stomp through life. Unfulfilled dreams and lost opportunities feel so downright awful when you look back and you look at missed opportunities or unfulfilled dreams because you weren't being who you were supposed to be. That can feel awful. And is that what you want? Is that really what you want? There is a book out right now, and it's called 5 Regrets of Dying, and I can't remember the author. Sorry, maybe I'll put it in the comment section below. but she was a palliative, I think that's how you say it, a palliative nurse. So she was at the bedsides of people dying, and she said the number one regret of the dying that she sort of interviewed was this. They said, I wish I had the courage to live a life true to myself, not the life that others expected of me. That is so heavy, isn't it? To know that people on their last breath, their number one thing that they say is, I wish I had lived a life that was true to me and not true to what somebody else expected of me. It gives me goosebumps. It makes me want to change my behavior immediately. So here are just a few things, like 6 things that I came up with to remind you to be your authentic self. Number 1, see yourself as remarkable. See yourself as remarkable. I read something recently about remarkable cities, how cities stand out because of their remarkableness. Is that a word? For instance, London, it's remarkable because of Big Ben. Paris, remarkable because of the Eiffel Tower. San Francisco, remarkable because of the Golden Gate Bridge. The country, the island of Australia, it's remarkable because of the Great Barrier Reef. My own city, St. Louis, Missouri, it's remarkable because of the St. Louis Arch. It's remarkable. And the thing is, in this article, it said cities don't conform. They stand out because they don't conform. They're remarkable on their own, their true identity. But unfortunately, people conform. We conform to expectations when really we need to see ourselves as remarkable, that we stand out because of our uniqueness. So my challenge is how are you remarkable? See yourself as remarkable. Number 2, know your value. I do videos on this one a lot. Know your value. Know your value. Do you believe in yourself? Before you can leave an impression on people, you need to leave an impression on yourself. So know your value. Know that if you were not here tomorrow on this earth, you would be missed. As much as you think you wouldn't be, you would be highly missed. Know your value. Value means you're unique. You're like a diamond. You're valuable. So know your value and begin living according to that, your true self. Number 3, opt for authentic relationships, and they will help you stay authentic and be your authentic self. You know, there's a little saying about friends. Friends are like banks, are like bank customers. Some are depositors and some withdraw. They're always withdrawing. A depositor friend, well, they're your core. They're your tribe that get your vibe. They allow you to be authentic. They allow you to be a mess. They allow you to have skeletons in your closet. They deposit in you because they don't have high expectations of you. Now, they want you to be the best that you can be, so they expect that, but they want you to be your truest self. Now, those bank customers that withdraw, those are the ones that are negative. Those are the ones that pick out every little thing that you do wrong. Those are the ones that say, well, you should do this, or you should be like that. Those are the negative friends, and you want to opt for authentic relationships and say goodbye to them. Number 4 is to just plant your feet and say, I'm going to stop seeking validation. Because when you seek validation, you conform, and your authentic self starts to dissipate. You have nothing to prove. You have nothing to prove. So stop dipping your toes in the water for fear that you're going to be made fun of or not meet expectations, and dive in to whatever you want to do. Life is too short. Don't be like those people at the end of their life and say, I wish that I had been true to my true self. Stop seeking validation. Number 5, connect with your purpose. Now that is a heavy word, purpose. Connect with your purpose. Now it may or may not be associated with your career, your purpose. I can tell you personally, I have a fantastic business that has blessed me, blessed my family considerably, but it was within that business, which makes it so exciting. And that's what I tell all the people that I'm in business with and that join me in business. Listen, this business becomes a vehicle for your purpose. And that's what I've discovered. I've discovered what one of my purposes is. We have many purposes, but connect with your purpose, and then you'll be more apt to be truer to your authentic self. Ask yourself, why am I here? Why am I here in this time? Why am I here? And by the way, you don't discover your purpose by sitting down and waiting for it to fall in your lap. You discover your purpose by getting out and doing things, not conforming. Got to be your authentic self and connect with your purpose. And number six, everyone, recognize that everyone is on their own journey. So when you start feeling like you have to conform and caring about what everybody else thinks, know that they're probably doing the same thing. So if you allow them to be on their journey, you're going to release them from your expectation. Hopefully they'll release you from their expectation, and we can go through this life being our authentic, true self. So recognize that everyone is on their journey. So see yourself as remarkable. Know your value. Opt for authentic relationships. Stop seeking validation. Connect with your purpose and know that everyone is on their own unique journey. Now, I wanted to do something at the very end. This is not my own. This is from Marie Forleo. I'll let my dogs leave. This is from Marie Forleo, and she was talking about something like this, and she asked in one of her blogs, she said 3 questions, and write these down. You know, I'm a former teacher, so write them down and write your answers down, and this will help you be true to your authentic self. Number 1, what's one thing that you're doing right now that is not true to your authentic self, but it's expected of you? What's one thing you're doing right now that you're just doing because it's expected of you? Write that question down and then write the answer down. Number 2, all right, so you've got that answer. Now, what's one courageous change you'd like to make to be more true to yourself? And it usually has to be very courageous, because we are conformist. It's easier that way. So what's one courageous change you'd like to make to be truer, to be more true to yourself, so that at the end of your life, you don't look back and say, I wish I had been true to who I am. And then number 3 is, what's the first action step that you can take to be on your way to becoming your authentic self? And write it down. And then I'll leave you with these parting words. The world needs you. The world needs you, not a carbon copy, not another version of you. The world needs you, and it needs the special gift that you bring by your presence. Your presence. Remember, you are remarkable. Just like the Eiffel Tower in Paris, Big Ben in London, the Golden Gate Bridge. You are remarkable. You stand out. Now know it and begin walking it out. So if you got any value out of this, guys, if this is anything that you needed to hear, and you know somebody else needs to hear it too, then I ask that you would share this video with somebody. I love to pay it forward. I get these things laid on my heart by things that I've read or heard, and then I pay it forward. So thanks so much for watching, guys. Be true to your authentic self. There's no one like you. Have a great day.